Stop trying to get skinny in your pursuit of trying to get toned. Do this instead. What's going on, fam? Angus Beef here. Thank you so much for stopping by to click on this video, and welcome to this week's episode of Anti-Diet TV. Now, on the interwebs, one of the most common goals that I find that people have is that they want to get toned. So in other words, like not computer toned, because that's the only real thing that exists here, is like a tone of color in relation to that sort of aspect of things. But hey, in regard to how someone looks, so many people chase that goal aesthetic that is looking toned. So obviously they've got a goal weight and they want to be toned as a result of hitting that. So understand that for you to basically get yourself looking, in quotes, toned, right? What this is going to involve is you having a decent amount of muscle mass and then a limited amount of fat surrounding that muscle tissue. That's what's going to give you that toned aesthetic. But the thing is that if you're approaching trying to hit that goal weight via any sort of means of excessive sort of like calorie restriction, so think eating well below 1200 calories, or trying to starve yourself, or doing endless cardio, or cutting out carbs, like in other words, insert a lot of today's trending methods of trying to lose weight. A lot of these methods will induce weight loss, but be aware that because of this approach, what it will actually do is it's not going to be you solely losing body fat here, right? What's actually going to be happening is a whole lot of muscle loss while this weight is going down. Because what you're going to remember, fam, is that if you deprive yourself too much of food groups and total energy, obviously your body, yes, like is going to let go of some fat and stuff like that because it's in a calorie deprived state and it needs to use up some of that stored energy. But be aware that if you push it too far, what's going to happen is that it will chew through some of its stored muscle tissue and convert that into glucose so that it can use to protect itself from all of that perceived threat, which is what happens when you diet. So if you think about it, right, if you're pushing your body through all this shit and it's letting go of muscle, yes, you might be able to achieve your goal weight from doing this, but be aware that if you are losing quite a significant amount of muscle while, you know, pursuing your goal weight, you're not going to look toned whatsoever. You're going to achieve what's called a skinny fat body, all right? This happens so often. Skinny fat is basically where you don't have much muscle, you have lost a lot of fat, but you've still got a decent amount of fat left, and therefore you're kind of just slim, right? And someone who's slim, like, this is not a good case to be in, because what you'll find is that yes, you hit your goal weight, but you also have a lot of metabolism issues. Your hormones have been warped so much due to the shit you put it through. Your metabolic rate is going to have dropped significantly because of all the muscle you lost. You'll find that your appetite and hunger cues and everything are all out of shop. And in other words, you will probably find that your body's going to be in a state now where it's going to try to want to get you to eat more and start gaining some of that fat back, so that way, yeah, so in other words, you've landed yourself in a scenario there which isn't ideal. So if you truly want to get toned, right, the way forward is not what I said. The way forward is to create the space for your body to warrant letting go of fat. Now, how you can warrant giving your body a reason to lose fat is as follows. Like, there's a whole range of ways that you can do it in terms of working out your overall energy expenditure, but you know, for basic sort of rough estimate, jump online, hit up one of the calculators that you can find, search TDEE calculator or search BMR calculator, and then that way you'll be able to work out your base intake of calories and can there adjust it or multiply it based on activity and lifestyle factors. And then that way, that will give you an amount of calories to aim for, which will serve as your, pretty much your maintenance intake. And then because you've put yourself through all this restriction on and off for ages and you've built yourself a skinny fat body, or maybe you have just been depriving so much and you can't even shift anything, well, this is a time to reverse diet and to build yourself up to a maintenance intake. And what's so powerful here is that if you combine eating all these calories with some well-structured training and making progressive overload happen in the gym, well then it's going to be possible here for you to experience some body recomp for a while and create the space for you to be able to have a much easier time of losing fat as you go along. And then once you have reached a decent weight this way, in terms of leaning down while eating as much calories as possible after you had done a reverse diet, it creates the space for a way more manageable calorie deficit, and where your body then is getting enough nutrients and calories and energy and stuff to be able to warrant maintaining and preserving the muscle that you have, so that you reveal it as a means of leaning down. And this is why, fam, like if you say, for example, approach your goals based on a lot of the trending things and stuff like that, it's not going to be in line with setting you up for a toned aesthetic. It's gonna at best allow you to get to your goal weight, but with a skinny fat aesthetic. So if I were you, learn how to recomp, learn how to achieve your goals with as much calories as possible. And then if you've been seeing any of my other videos and stuff like that, you'll know that the goal forward from there is to be able to keep improving how your body uses energy and its metabolism and its hormones, so that it creates the space for maintaining a lean physique year round. Because that can happen. That is something that is possible to achieve naturally. It's just that so many people are approaching their goals based on a quick fix mentality. And understand, fam, that if quick fix shit worked, well then you'd be able to maintain it easy. So ask yourself, well, yeah, like, can you see yourself sticking to a lot of the methods that you're doing long term? If the answer is no, obviously revisit your approach and get smarter about how you are chasing your goal weight. And if you know that you're fairly, kind of clueless around it and feeling a bit stuck, find someone who you resonate with that can teach you, or get in touch with me if you love my message. I'd love to potentially help you out, so that not only we can get more control over your aesthetics and how we're changing how you look and feel, but improving your relationship with food and creating habits that will serve you long term to be able to maintain what you achieve with ease. So more the story here, fam. Stop trying to get toned. Focus instead on trying to have as much lean muscle as possible and as minimal amount of fat tissue that's healthy for you to be able to maintain, so that you look and feel amazing long term. Because the thing is that if you're, if you got to your goal weight via a miserable, soul-destroying approach, good luck trying to maintain it. And if you try to approach your goals based on anything that's trending, at best you will look skinny fat. So, hey, this has been probably pretty mind-blowing, I'm sure, for you. But if you have any questions around it, light up the comment section below. Otherwise, big love and thank you so much for watching. See you next time.